Hi, my name is Curtis McGee and I own and operate Curious Plant along with my wife Elizabeth, who is currently behind the camera right now. Today we're going to be talking about potting tropical and Mexican butterworts, so let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, we have our supplies. You're going to want to have reverse osmosis or distilled water, either one's fine. A bowl, our media, a mixing spoon. You're going to want a set of tweezers. Here we have our butterwort and a pot. And make sure that you have a pot with drainage holes in the bottom. A larger, deeper pot will help prevent sogginess issues and will stabilize moisture levels due to the greater soil mass. A pot about 3.5 to 4 inches tall is a good size. Any shorter and you might run into issues with rapid water loss or issues with sogginess. Any taller and some of the airier soil mixes might have trouble pulling water to the surface if you're watering using the tray method. So we've already gone ahead and done this here, but the first thing that you'll want to go ahead and do is just put your media into the bowl itself. You want to wet it with the reverse osmosis or the distilled water, and then you're just going to want to mix up the media just to make sure all the ingredients are distributed evenly. This looks pretty much good to go here. So next what you're going to do is take your pot, and we are going to fill it all the way up to the top with media. All right. We're going to pack it down. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and get this butterwort ready for planting. So let's open up this container. Let's move this paper towel and let's go ahead and pick this thing up, get our tweezers, and we're just going to inspect it. If you notice any dead leaves, you can go ahead and get those pulled off. Sometimes you will notice that maybe a leaf or two will fall off during shipping. You know, that happens sometimes. It's not going to hurt the plant at all, and it's going to grow new ones quickly. Now we get a lot of questions about butterwort roots. If you'll notice, the roots on this plant are pretty small and sparse. There are usually some newer white ones, and you got some older brown ones. You know, this is normal. Butterworts don't have big, robust root systems. Instead, they grow these small filament-like roots that kind of help the plant anchor to the surface of the soil and rocks. After we get this one planted, it will grow some more roots over the next couple of weeks and reattach itself to the soil. Another thing that happens sometimes with butterworts is they form this sort of cup shape, which can make it hard to get the base of the plant down near the soil. If your butterwort is shaped like this, a good solution is to mount up the soil slightly in the center of the pot, and then just fit the butterwort on top of that like a cap. This will make sure the base has some contact with the media. If the butterwort lays flat or is more cone-shaped underneath, you can just lay it directly on top of the soil or form a slight depression and fit the base into it. Okay, so now that it's all planted, you'll want to keep it out of strong light for the first week or two as it settles in. We may see a couple of the older leaves start to dry out during this transition phase, but again, this is pretty normal and the plant will be growing new leaves at the same time to replace the old ones. For butterworts in their carnivorous form, the dew should start to return in about 1 to 2 weeks. I'd say this little guy is pretty much all set though. Be sure to check out the growing requirements for the plant at our website at CuriousPlant.com. And while you're there, check out our other videos on tropical and Mexican butterwort care. Thank you for watching.